Victoria, no report received. Break. Vancouver, no report received. Break. Abbotsford, no report received. Break. Repeating aviation weather. Coma, no report received. Break. Victoria, no report received. Break. Vancouver, no report received. Break. Abbotsford, no report received. Break. Coma, no report received. Break. Victoria, no report received. Break. Vancouver, no report received. Break. Abbotsford, no report received. Break. Coma, no report received. Break. Victoria, no report. 28.209. Hello, Nick here. decided to do a band scan on the RCA AR-88 tonight. And I thought I'd bring you all along for a ride. This radio rocks. This radio is awesome, and it's old, and it works great. And I already did a long video on it, so if you're really interested, you can go back and watch it. So the first signal we were listening to at the beginning was, I think it was a Trenton Military, 6.754. And then I changed the band, and I went up to the top band, 28 megahertz, and 28.209 is a super, super weak beacon. And you heard it. We got it. It's about, what time is it? It's 8:30 at night, Central Time, Dallas, Texas. We're running on Wellbrook antenna mounted outside, coming in through a series of Stridesburg engineering multi-couplers. And yeah, everything's working well. I'm having a good time. This radio's bringing everything in. Just to kind of refresh your memory how this works. So this is how you turn it on. And then you have basically two modes you run in, either receive modulation, which is AM, or receive CW, which is BFO. And in BFO, back in the day, 1939, it was basically designed to receive CW, but we can tune in sideband. And you got to fight with it a little bit, but you get there. On the sideband, the CW is actually pretty easy. You just, if the signal's there, you just tune slow and you'll find it. And then you can just adjust the tone, the hertz tone with the BFO to get it to be high pitch, low pitch, whatever you like to your ear. And it's bringing it in. And this signal is so weak that even on my ICOM 9500, the S meter reads 0. Okay, it won't even on preamp, with the preamp on, it reads 0. That's how weak this is. And this bad boy's bringing it in. Bringing it in and laying it at my feet. Yes, it is. So we're going to go down a couple of bands to whatever's active, probably band 3. 4.5 to 12, and there'll be some action on the 49 meter band, maybe a little below it, down to 5 megahertz, and then a little bit above it in the 7 megahertz range. So we'll check some of that out, see which way the wind's blowing, and have a good time. And I'll bring you all along for the ride. So let's kind of scooch in a little bit, just enough so we can see any knob I might grab and twist for whatever reason. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to receive modulation. We're going to take it out of manual. So this is, they called it AVC back in the day, automatic volume control. It's basically the same thing as AGC, automatic gain control, which is the term we use nowadays. But with whatever you use in a BFO, you get your best results by putting it in manual to turn off the AGC, which kind of mellows out the volume changes and the fluctuations between fading signals. And so when you put it in manual, you turn the gain all the way up, and then you tickle in your RF gain as your volume control. And what that allows you to do is stop at a level where you can hear the signal satisfactorily with minimum static or noise in the background. But when you're on AVC, then you can put the gain all the way up because the volume or the gain is automatically controlled, and it will eliminate or keep you from being jammed by big swings in the volume, like and blowing your eardrums out, because this thing is very powerful audio. So you turn, when you're in automatic, you turn the gain all the way up, and then you run your volume wherever you want. All right. Then you've got an antenna trimmer. They call it an antenna adjuster, and that peaks your antenna for the maximum signal. You can adjust your tone, volume, treble, basically. There is a noise limiter. I never really see much. I don't know. I never really see much use on those, even on any radio, really. Maybe it's my Wolberg antenna. I don't know. But all right, so we're in receive modulation. We're on automatic. We're going to open the filter up a smidge. All right, the selectivity is the same as your bandwidths. What I was reading is broad, number one, is really wide on this radio. It's up there in the neighborhood of like 13 kilohertz. And then sharp is like a CW. I'm guessing, I might have read it, but it's less than 1 kilohertz. It might be 500 hertz, or who knows, might even be a little bit less. But we don't need 13 because we're not trying to listen to rock and roll show. So we'll be a little bit more selective and be able to block out the crap on either side of us if we drop it down a little bit. So we'll run it at 2 for now, and we can make adjustments if we need to. We got the gain up. We'll bring the volume up. We got to drop, so we're in this big S band, so we got to bring it all the way over to here. All right. So let's see. So we're on band 3, which is the black stripe in the middle. And so right now what you're listening to is the 40 meter ham band. That's why it sounds weird. So while we're up this high, let's just go up a little bit higher and listen to some of the shortwave programs. Oh, and incidentally, so this, if you watch my original video and it'll explain, this one doesn't have an S meter. The vast majority of these radios, and they made hundreds of thousands of these things during the war, they did not have an S meter. It's very rare to find one of these with an S meter. I really wish I had one. This is not a fine-tuning scale that reads hertz or anything like that. This is just a logging scale. So if you look at the very bottom, you see these number ranges. It goes 11 and then 12, and there's a line at each end. Well, when this is on 0, notice we're exactly on the line between 11 and 12. So you're basically at 12.0. That's a logging scale. That has nothing to do with hertz or kilohertz or anything like that. So if we run this up to 100, watch where it stops. Exactly on the line between 12 and 13. So that was one full range. So that's what that is for. It's a logging scale.
Are ferociously in the North Sea of the East Coast of the United Kingdom. Now, the entire crew of the Stena Immaculate has...
Some bands are more sensitive to this control than others.
The crew of the Soul Long also evacuated into lifeboats, but one crew member is missing. Both ships continue to burn at this hour in the North Sea off the coast of the United Kingdom. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't get this.
I'm going to have to go look at the news and see what this guy's talking about.
Does a container ship hit a stationary ship in the middle of the friggin' ocean?
Same signal, or same program on 2 different stations or signals. RMI, WRMI, and those East Coast religious shortwave things, they do this a lot.
So something's wrong.
He said, I just want to read a few more of that. Just 9 tried I shot from forth as pure gold. He said, my foot hath held.
There it is again, 3 times. There's CHU Canada, 7580. So 7.5, and each tick mark is 0.2. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Money. Literal money.
1 hour, 41 minutes.
724. Oh, wait. No, I'm wrong. It's reading 726, slightly above. The next mark is 8. Oh, I'm wrong. My radio's fucked up. Sorry. Junk. It's junk. All right. There's not much in the 8 megahertz range.
God is God, neither were they.
Our time in which we are now living. Sabem reivindicar os méritos de seus séries. Reivindique os a perdoar seus pecados.
Script. And the script only does certain things. So in this play with a
presentando un solo stand de aquí.
'Not bad. Not bad alignment. 10 megahertz.
Coordinated universal time.
Let's go backwards down to like the 49 meter band. And we'll come into it backwards. See if there's any pirates. Sometimes the pirates hang out in the 6.9 or 6.8 range. There's some CW, but I don't feel like tuning it in. We already did it up in the 28 range. Oh, let's see if we need to peak. That helps a little. .9 something. I wonder if that's a pirate. I don't know. That's not a normal shortwave listening range.
argued with, it can't be reasoned with, it doesn't feel fair, and it absolutely will not stop ever. Liquid radio.
And usually the pirates are on USB and we're on AM. Oh, that's Trenton Military again. We were listening to him before. 6.185 or 180. Always very weak here. Six oh 70, Toronto, Canada.
Why are you asking? Well, you're asking.
6030, Radio Marti.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs made it clear that there are no
5.950.
between the U.S. and Russia in Saudi Arabia this week. No talks planned.
And I think this is the same dude that was on the other band up there in the 7 range, like on a couple of different signals, 7490, 7520, something like that. Five 935, 5 920.
What I consider, I'm afraid, is producing
Maybe 5 890. Now I'm starting to get lost to some of these stations in here. 5 850.
Process applications. DXCC is the American Radio Relay League's most popular event. Even while previously submitted applications were being processed.
5.8. And then there won't be anything till we get down to sometimes there's a Shannon Volmet at 5.505, but it's usually really weak and you got to fight with it. And sometimes it's only on at specific times within the hour. So 5.085 maybe, or 050. Five 5.050. This is coming from the East Coast, but it's usually always weak here in Texas. I think they got it aimed in a different direction. If 5085, which is like the same company, if they're on, they must aim it to the west because it's always blasting strong here, but it's not on tonight. Five 5010. Let's go down one band down. This is the top of the medium wave band. 1.7. Y'all know what time it is now. Haha, get my joke. If you want to know what time it is in Canada,
52 minutes.
or you could find out in French. All right. Let's go down one more band to the medium wave, and we'll just hit a couple of signals here in the medium wave band, and I'll cut y'all loose. So 1080 is a strong local station. 1100.
I also understood the third part of this, which is
1080.
So many people struggle with saving. If you've never been,
Let's check out WLSAM Chicago 890. Remember, I'm in Dallas.
Sinners now and at the hour of our death.
Yeah, that was a at that time at Danny Manning, and they were very good. So it was the 1-8 game playing. Danny, minus or that's what. You know how that
You're just breaking ground. United Rentals has the equipment and tools you need.
That's it. Not coming in as nice tonight as some other nights. We have been having crappy weather and thunderstorms and stuff here, so I don't know if that has a lot to do with it. 820.
Afghanistan. Russia allowed us to do that. Russia actually worked hand in glove with the United States of America to offer.
All right. Well, that's a band scan on this Bad Hombre RCA AR-88. And I hope you all enjoyed cruising around the bands with me. That's it. I don't have any really updates for you guys, gals, whoever's listening. Nothing crazy going on. New radios, you know, there's always the potential for something on the horizon. That SX43 Halicrafters that I got and did a video on, I don't know, was it last week or something? I still use that thing every day. That's like sitting on my kitchen table. So like, you know, for having a meal or something, I just flip that thing on, so I listen to it. I don't worry about turning it on and off frequently and letting it run, because according to the guy I bought it from, everything is rebuilt. All the capacitors for the power supply and all that stuff. So in theory, it shouldn't blow up and catch on fire and burn my house down. So that's a good thing, right? So anyway, but that's it. All right. Thanks for hanging out.